Hello and welcome to another episode of Novice Chess. So, we're going to jump into a 5-0 on chess.com and let's see what we can do. So, slightly lower rated opponent and c4. Alright, my opponent, it looks like he's going with the King's Indian setup, but we'll see what happens here. No. Okay. So right now I'm trying to decide if I'd like to grab this knight or if I have a better move. My bishop isn't developed, but it's somewhat difficult to develop because this knight is here. So if d3, then my opponent can just take. Pawn takes, bishop takes looks terrible for me. So, yeah. How to... I like queen c2 because... Well, I guess he can go bishop f5, but then e4. So, now I'd like to develop my dark square bishop and... Yeah, completing development is my main priority right now. So... Is knight g5 possible? Knight g5. Then he brings his bishop to d7. If he chooses to bring his bishop to d7, then he just loses a tempo. And then I'll develop. Oh, this probably is good. Interesting. Interesting. So he can take this. Right, and then I just take this bishop, correct? Oh, at the end my knight is hanging. That's fun. That's fun. So how do I do this here? Okay. I'm gonna just attack this knight first. Or create a pin here. Okay, where is this knight going? This knight is going to c5. So I think taking here is the most appropriate. Followed by just like queen c2 or something like that. Okay. So yeah, queen c2. I don't know that this was the most accurate move, but I'm also trying to be considerate of time here. So can I just take on e4? Or maybe develop a piece first? It's hard to say. Take on e4, take on e4. Looks pretty good. Ah. And this is a double attack here. He can bring his knight to c5, but then I can just take, or I can take this pawn, which is nice. And he can't attack this knight because I can always just grab d3 with the rook. Yeah, I think I'll take this. And then I'll probably just grab here, hitting the queen. Probably going to develop my bishop. And yeah, I mean, this just seems good for white here. Okay. My opponent's rook looks quite ridiculous, and I think I'd like to do it this way. Hitting the queen. Yeah, this is probably resignable. I'm also threatening a mate here. Okay. Okay, this should be enough. Followed by knight takes f7. Check. Okay, good game for my opponent. Let's see where both of us could have made improvements here. Yeah, I just wanted to develop. This is fine. I was thinking maybe I didn't need to allow this d5, or I'm actually not even sure if I could have prevented it, but with the knight on f3 here. But I was thinking of ideas like e4 instead of castles. But okay, we decided to get into this. Yeah, this is an important move because it allows me to develop my bishop. So just analyzing this position here, I'm like, okay, well, this needs to get into the game. When you are in the opening, you likely want to continue developing your pieces until your rooks are connected. So, okay, wanted to develop the bishop. And then my idea was that if bishop went back, I could maybe just develop my bishop this way, or just try and complete development, maybe swing my rook over to the semi-open c-file. But after this, we get into some interesting complications. I thought just knight takes here, maybe pawn takes was okay, but we got into some weird stuff here. Yeah, and then my opponent jumped into a pin, which I thought was really probably inaccurate. And I just tried to take advantage of that pin. And I thought this was a good idea to just break up my opponent's defense here, defense of this knight, because I knew I'd be able to win this knight back, or this material. So then I grab this pawn, and then my opponent's defensive structure around his king is just falling apart. And yeah, after that, after I double my rooks, I think my opponent's best bet here was to attempt to challenge this doubling. So instead of RAE8, go to D8 and try and challenge this immediately, because after what happened, well, even here he could take this pawn, right? Not sure if that's dangerous, but at any rate, allowing these rooks to become doubled is very dangerous. And then this is probably just a crushing blow, not only unleashing this, but also threatening this mate. And this is just a little tactic here. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Novice Chess, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.